Hello everyone, in this video we are going to look at the documents required for the spousal sponsorship application for Canada. We are also going to look at how to include them in your application and some important tips that we follow during your application process, and that will help make your application much stronger. Let's get started. Please note that this video is purely based on our own experience and I am not an immigration lawyer or a consultant registered with IRCC. What is spousal sponsorship? As a PR or a citizen, you are eligible to sponsor your spouse or partner to come and live with you in Canada. And there are certain documents that you need to submit with your application. Let's talk about them one by one. First, sponsors documents. Who is a sponsor? A sponsor is someone who is willing to bring his wife or partner to come and live with them in Canada. The first document is your status in Canada. As a permanent resident, I submitted copies of the front and back of my PR card. The second document is the employment or the source of income. When I applied for spousal sponsorship, I was working as a contractor consultant operating as a sole proprietor. So I did not have any pay stubs or offer letter from my employer. Instead, I submitted the notice of assessment from the CRA. A notice of assessment is a document that you receive from the Canada Revenue Agency when you file your taxes. This proves that you are earning a steady income to support yourself and your spouse or partner. I also submitted a copy of my business bank account statement highlighting the self-employment income I was earning each month. Applicant is someone who is being sponsored to come to Canada. They could be your wife or a common law partner. Let's look at the documents you need to submit as an applicant. The first document is your birth certificate. Please make sure you include the most recent copy of your birth certificate. Next is your passport. Please include only the first and last pages of your passport. Do not include all the pages unless mentioned. Next is a police clearance certificate or a PCC. For this document, you need to apply through the Passport India website. You need to fill all the forms and book an appointment at your regional passport office. You will receive the PCC within 1 or 2 weeks after you apply. Please note that PCC is valid only for 6 months. Next is photographs. You need to submit 2 photographs with your application. These photographs should be as per the specifications mentioned by IRCC for permanent residence application. Now comes the proof of relationship documents. Now this is a major part in the document gathering process, as these documents show IRCC that your relationship is genuine. Now the first document required is a marriage certificate. Marriage certificate is a legal document issued by the government when you register your marriage. Please make sure you include the most recent copy of your marriage certificate. The next is a family booklet. This is not common for all the states, but if you have a family booklet, please do include a copy of it with your application. Now next is the photographs. You need to include 20 photographs of yourself and your partner for the spousal sponsorship application. Now the best way to include maximum photographs is to provide collages. We submitted 20 photographs which are collages of 4 each. Please make sure you include the details for each of these 4 pictures in your collage, such as the people in the picture, the date and the occasion in which the picture was taken. Do not include more than 20 pictures. Next is the relationship story. Now this is very crucial for your application. You should be able to convince the officer reviewing your application that your relationship is genuine, and the best way is to write a relationship story. The way I did is, I ordered the events as per the timeline and explained what happened over the course of a relationship, like how we met and how our relationship grew over time and ended up in marriage. This letter, along with the photos you submit, shows all the stages of your relationship, and that will make your application much stronger. Next is the reference letters. We submitted 3 letters from friends and family to support our application. The letters should include how your friends or family member know about your relationship and your partner, when and where they met your partner, and things like that. The letters should also have their phone numbers and email addresses in case the officer wants to contact them. Next is the email and chat records. We also submitted some WhatsApp and email conversations. You can include screenshots of your chats. Also with this, you can submit the call records that shows you talk to each other regularly if you are not living together. In our case, as I mentioned earlier, we were not living together. So you also need to show that you visit your partner at least few times, if not often. For this, I submitted the airline tickets of my visit and the pages of my passport showing the entry and exit stamps. In addition to all these documents, I also submitted my credit card statement highlighting the expenses for our marriage, such as clothing and jewelry purchase. The last one in this list would be a proof of financial support. For this, you can submit the proof that you have transferred some funds on a regular basis to a partner's account to support them financially when you are not together. You can submit the proof of transactions from a money transfer app such as Remitly, WorldRemit, etc. or your bank account. This proof is especially important if you mention in your application that you are not living together. Now let's look at some of the tips that we followed when submitting our documents and that could be helpful in your case. Do not provide information that IRCC did not ask you. Most of the times I see people providing more details than required, which might work against your favor. Do not include more than 20 photographs when including the relationship photos. Do not include more than 2 pages for the proof of conversation such as WhatsApp chats and email conversations. Providing more documents means the officer has to review all of them, which will result in processing delays. Never do upfront medical examinations. You will be instructed to do so during the course of your application process. Do not include more than 2 pages for your relationship story. Please make sure it's readable by including paragraphs and subheadings. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching and I wish you all the best.